General assessment of your team against Nigeria, and is there lights at the end of the tunnel after the practice?
First of all, thank you very much for having me. And once the game is open, we've seen each other and you plan around us, and equally we will also plan heavily against them on Saturday.
All right, guys, to avoid this drama of moving.
FM. Right, coach. We saw your captain today was not in the party. Passes were not going through, but he kept him in the game for a long time. Do you think that tactically that also affected the Galaxies?
I will not say so. I think that there were a lot of positives in terms of the spaces that he covered. The machine, and he did what he was supposed to do at that material moment, and it was the right time for us to vary our tactical orientation in terms of switching to find the necessary spaces with our centre backs stepping in more into the channels so that we can play our wing attackers inside the half spaces and allow our fullbacks who were turned into wing backs to go further out the pitch.
When Jerry Coach, in the first half we saw that there was a bit of lack of movement up front. So Kotoko striker, I always forget was a bit dormant up front. But when Jerry Efri came on, we saw him moving up and down. Would you say that with what we've seen from Jerry in the second leg on Saturday, he could have a start?
He's part of the team, and everyone could start. We have 26 players in camp, and we only had 18 making up the team and 11 starting. Jerry is very mobile. He's a positive player. We need to gradually graduate him into the men's game. In as much as we appreciate what he's doing, we need to also fine-tune his transition into the top levels, because when the game starts, so many things can happen, and when you see the game and then come up with possible that every player looks like the same person. Every player has a different quality, and we look at what we want to do, and we look at what we have created in terms of the style of play, and we look at who can fit in at that material moment. So in your face, this player might be a better player than the other one, and in another one's face, that player fits into what he wants to do. And so it's all about the institution of the program that is in place that makes you feel that player A is fitting in and then player B is not fitting in. But that doesn't mean player B is is rated ahead of this, or player C is rated ahead of this. It will be premature to say that this is the only materials that we have, or these are the best that we have in the country. But as for what we are doing, you are playing only one game. And if you are playing only a two-legged game, what else would you do rather than to sieve and then prune the number down to a more appreciable level to get into a two-legged game?
All right, the young man.
Can I ask Hafiz?
No. Okay, for
All right. So I think the players were too careful in the first 45 minutes. I don't know whether the performance of the Black Stars was riding, so you guys were too careful and cautious not to make mistakes. Was that playing on your mind? And how did they affect